Really common problem I see people running into when trying to grow perennial produce, especially citrus trees in my area, is that they'll do all the research, follow a good planting guide, the trees will flourish for a year or two, maybe even bear fruit, then the growth slows. They bear less fruit, they start declining, and eventually waste away, leaving the person wondering what went wrong. And it's because when they planted their trees, they gave them everything they needed to survive, and they likely had an abundance of untapped nutrients in the deeper soil where the grass and shrubs' roots don't reach. But those plants need upkeep. They need it when they're healthy, not once they start to show signs of deterioration, because once they're that far gone, it's going to take time to undo the damage. So let's walk through some basic upkeep your trees, especially fruit trees, need to be getting while they're still healthy to stop them from ever showing signs of decline in the first place. All trees, but especially fruit trees, are highly taxing on the resources in their immediate area. The new growth for one mid-sized citrus tree in 1 year has as much biomass as a few dozen cabbage or broccoli plants and needs as much nutrients. They should be fertilized at least once a year before flowering, but preferably twice in the spring and fall. Spikes are great for home farmers because they take most of the labor and guesswork out and can often be found tailored to your specific type of trees. Where your typical garden vegetables are taking the majority of their nutrients from the top 2 to 3 inches of soil, your typical fruit tree takes theirs from about 12 to 24 inches, or about 30 to 60 centimeters down. So it takes time for those excess nutrients to leach that far down into the soil, and then for the tree to absorb them and bring them back up to the peripheries. So if your tree needs those nutrients in 3 months, the time to fertilize is now. Most trees should also be getting regular pruning. The exact timing varies depending on the species, but it's usually done right after harvesting. Any dead or weak mass should be pruned away from the plant to allow all resources to go into healthy new growth. This is also a great opportunity to thoroughly examine leaves and branches for any sign of disease or pests. If you wait till signs are obvious, the damage will already be significant, and any treatment will be slower and less effective than if the problem is caught early. There are occasionally things that can crop up that require more significant maintenance, like root pruning or radial trenching, but if you can just keep up with fertilizing, pruning, and regularly inspecting for pests and diseases, your tree should grow more consistently and produce well for you.